What's going on, guys? It's Unknown Player here, and today I'm giving you guys sort of a tip video on what I think is the best weapon for the Crotas end raid, and maybe some of you guys who aren't using this weapon will find your raid experience a lot easier if you use this weapon, and I'm going to explain why this is such an amazing weapon to use specifically for the Crotas end raid, and it's a very, very good weapon in general. So this is called Fatebringer, and you see gameplay of it in the background. I'd be interested to know how many of you guys actually have this weapon. I'm sure some of you guys do, but I'd love to know who has Fatebringer and what your opinions on it. But you get it from the Vault of Glass. If you've never played the Vault of Glass raid, you might not have encountered this weapon before, but I've never thought a hand cannon would be one of my favourite guns in Destiny, and I'm just kind of used to every first person shooter where pistols are secondaries, but of course in this game hand cannons are much more than pistols. They're much more than sidearms, and they're essentially viable weapons in themselves. Now there are a lot of reasons why I believe Fatebringer to be such a good weapon. The firstly is because it does arc damage. Having a weapon that does an element of damage is a very, very good thing. There aren't that many of them, and it's definitely very good to have your main primary weapon that does an element of damage. That means you can be a lot more diverse, and you can deal with a lot more enemies without having to worry about switching weapons to use a different kind of element. And so a lot of enemies that you encounter, especially with the Hive, that do have arc shields, mainly the Knights. Those are the main dudes that you're going to be encountering. They give you a lot of trouble, and also Omnigul in the Strike, she does have an arc shield as well, so that's going to help you out in that sense. But there are a lot of Knights that you're going to encounter, and they're going to give you a lot of problems, and especially with their arc shields. They have a lot of health in general, especially the hallowed ones, and I'd expect a lot of enemies in the hard version of the raid. They're probably going to throw in some shields as well, so having a weapon that does arc damage is going to help you out in addition. And now in terms of actual being a weapon, it's legendary, so that means you have to mess around with exotics, and you can have an exotic as one of your other weapons and not have to worry about kind of where's your exotic lying, because obviously you have one at a time. So the fact this weapon is legendary, that's also a plus. Another thing is that it has this explosive feature. So firstly, any target you kill with precision damage, so a headshot or a Vex belly shot, is going to cause them to explode and basically become a mini grenade. So anyone near, they're going to be hit by an arc explosion, and it's very, very lethal. Like, the explosion is actually quite a big radius, and so most importantly, this is helpful for thralls, and very helpful for especially the lamp section, the first bit of the raid. When there's a ton of thralls coming at you, you can literally shoot one in the head and it'll cause an explosion and wipe out all the other thralls that are standing near them. And even if there's like a thrall standing next to, say, a knight, you can kill him with the headshot, and then he'll explode and do a massive amount of damage to the knight standing next to him. So these are very good for the thralls, and I don't think there's any weapon better in this entire game than taking out a group of thralls than the Fatebringer. It's just an amazing weapon when it comes to these exploding headshots with precision kills, and also of course that does arc damage, so it's a very, very cool explosion, and you can simply wipe out so many of these guys with one headshot. Where they all cluster up, you can just pop one, as you can see in the gameplay right here, you can just pop one, you can take out so many of them because they're all kind of huddled together. Another perk that gives you super fast reload with a precision kill, that's also very helpful. So when you're getting those headshots causing them to explode, you'll be able to reload very, very quickly. And normally the Fatebringer's reload isn't too amazing, but this perk certainly helps out and make the reload a lot better. And there's another perk, the final one, which gives you a choice of 3. I think it's the bottom one, and this gives you explosive rounds. This just adds more explosives to the mix and basically makes it even more of a lethal weapon with exploding bullets, because especially the enemies with the cabals with the shield, also the knights with their shield, you can just shoot the floor or their feet around them. You can do splash damage, so that's a lot better than just having bullets having to actually hit the enemy. You can just hit the kind of area around them. If someone's hiding in a wall, you can just shoot the wall behind them and it's going to deal damage to them, and it's a very good weapon. So having a weapon that deals explosions and can like hit people around corners with splash damage is also very helpful. So in general, this gun is like a mini grenade launcher. It just causes so many explosions, and also has the benefits of being a hand cannon, so it's very small, it's compact, it doesn't like take up too much of the screen. It's just a very nice, small, compact weapon to hold, and I think it's definitely one of the most lethal weapons in the game. I know a lot of people agree that Fatebringer is an outstanding weapon. You should definitely pick it up, and definitely head into the Vault of Glass if you haven't done so already, and during I think the first 2 loot sections you've got a higher chance of getting Fatebringer. But it's definitely an amazing weapon, and I would highly recommend it. Let me know your thoughts of Fatebringer in the comment section below, and also drop a like rating on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe for future videos on this channel, and I'll see you guys later.